24-year-old. Wow. Haley joins us on the line. Haley, thanks for coming on. Thanks for your patience as well. Hello.
Yeah, of course. Hi. It's so great to talk to you.
You
For
too.
the first time ever. I've been listening to your show. It's going to make you feel really old. For like 10 years,
Okay.
since I was like 14. I'm pretty in the middle. No, it's a lie. I lean left.
Okay.
But I love to talk views, and I love to talk to conservatives and see what they think and understand everyone's point of view, because I think that's really important in life and in general.
I agree.
This shooting to me is poetic justice. We have a 31-year-old man who, in my personal opinion, nonstop rants about Second Amendment and gun violence and gun activism. And personally, I don't think guns should be illegal. I do think that there needs to be stricter gun laws, and that people who are buying guns don't necessarily need to, nor people shouldn't. But the fact that he was actively talking about mass shootings, and he has said before that if people have to die to protect the Second Amendment, that's unfortunate, also necessary. So in my head, this is like perfect poetic justice for him to be talking about mass shootings, be a gun activist, and then be shot and killed.
Okay, so the only word I have a problem with is justice.
Yeah.
It's dark irony, really. I mean, would you agree with me there? Because justice would say that there's right and wrong, and then the truth wins out. He was an advocate and a strong protector of the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of the free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. But the person who was 200 yards away that took the shot that ended his life, obviously the Second Amendment for that individual, that person had a gun, right? But in that case, the person was using that gun not to defend, not to be a well-regulated militia, but to take away Charlie Kirk's First Amendment right to speak, right? So I guess it's not really, do you really mean justice, poetic justice, or is it more like it's dark, ironic moment that Charlie Kirk, who defends your right to have a gun, but then also, I assume you're going to agree, hopefully you agree, that would not want somebody to take that gun and turn that gun on another individual who's simply expressing an idea?
I have never heard him ever be anti-shooting. I have never heard him speak about how bad mass shootings are, nor how they should end, nor how they are wrong.
Do you think he was an advocate for mass shootings?
No, I don't think he was an advocate, but I've never heard him talk against it.
Okay. Well, he often spoke.
You're going to advocate for guns. You can absolutely advocate for guns. But there's a limit, and you need to talk against mass shootings. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. So Charlie Kirk, when he did speak about shootings, what he was trying to say was, these are the numbers, these are the facts, the number of people dying from gun death, majority, more than 60-some% are suicides. Then he would also speak to the tragic loss of lives, more than 12,000. Inner city, young black man taking the life of a young black man with a gun. He included that. And then he would break it all down to take a look at where those are coming from. And then he was trying to find out, why do these things occur? And what is the reason someone pulls and takes out a gun and takes another person's life? What's happening in our culture and our society that turns a blind eye to some of that? But I agree with you.
A statement from him saying why? Do you have a statement of him asking why these occur?
Yeah. I mean, he has hours and hours of looking at the breakdown. He would, if Charlie Kirk speaking for him, he would say it is a breakdown in the nuclear family. It is right and wrong. It is the lack of respect for authority. It is injustice that is not justice, that is making excuses for the individual that used the gun and seeing the person that killed the person more as the victim than the person who is the victim of the shot. And that's sort of where he was always centered. And that was kind of his position. Unfortunately, we won't hear those words again, but they are out there. But for you, Haley, as a 24-year-old, do you have friends that you've been in touch with recently within the last hour that seem to be celebrating the death of this individual?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what do you say to them?
Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it.
The celebration of death of an individual speaking his mind?
Yeah, when those ideas are actively hurting others.
Hurting them in which way?
They are promoting ideas towards others that not only is it okay to, I wish I had my notes. Not only is it okay to own a gun and be violent, but also Charlie Kirk has crazy ideas towards women and their political power. And in that promotion of ideas, he is harming not only men who struggle with masculinity issues, also women. And again, he actively said that it is unfortunate that we have to have deaths, but we have to have them to protect our Second Amendment. It needs to happen.
Are words, do words create violence?
Absolutely, words create violence.
Yes, they can. But do all words create violence? When Martin Luther, right, exactly. But on April 4th, 1968, when Martin Luther King stood on that balcony, and James Earl Ray decided, I'm going to silence this man's voice because what he is saying is so destructive to this world, so destructive to the dominant white culture, and such a threat to, and did not want Martin Luther King Jr. to continue to say words that some people felt were hurtful. He needed to be silenced. So James Earl Ray pulled that trigger to end that man's life. We are a poorer society. All of us are. When someone uses a gun to stop someone from expressing an idea, no matter how horrible somebody that might be hearing that idea may think it is, still the idea must be protected. And in some cases, it's protected with a gun. And in the worst cases, it's taken with a gun.
Oh, couldn't this have been both? Couldn't it have been protecting and taken with a gun?
Well, if we want to
have been protecting their own ideas of being more correct, and not only that, also being a voice of the people, saying what he is saying is wrong. He can that shooter could have been protecting us from hearing the harmful ideas.
Oh, so we're going to let an individual determine what is right or what is wrong, what is harmful and not harmful. So this is a very difficult question for you, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
So who next should be killed? What other ideas do you not want to heard? What other ideas do you not want said? And who would your friends celebrate the next death of? What other ideas are wrong or hurtful and should be silenced?
Other ideas that are wrong is that it is okay to discriminate against someone because of their accent or because of their skin color. And recently the Supreme Court ruled that that is okay. And I think that idea is not okay.
So even though we have laws to protect against discrimination, the Supreme Court has recently ruled, as far as you're concerned, that it is okay to discriminate? I missed that. Which one was it?
You didn't see that?
No.
It was recent. It was about the deportation of people in America,
mm-hmm.
and they have ruled that if, sorry, they have ruled that people from ICE are allowed to talk to someone or detain someone due to their accent or their skin color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.